The enigmatic legacy of the Shen Amulet, symbol of eternity and forgotten knowledge. Turning from the enigma of the Sphinx, we encounter another ancient artifact shrouded in mystery, the Shen Amulet. Despite its small size and seemingly simple form, this object has fascinated scholars, historians, and spiritual seekers for generations. For thousands of years, it has survived the rise and fall of empires, carrying with it layers of symbolic meaning that remain only partially understood. The Shen is far more than a piece of ornamental jewelry. With its elegant circular form and looping design, often depicted as a ring enclosing a central space, sometimes with two perpendicular lines extending outward, it embodies a complex set of ideas deeply rooted in the worldview of ancient Egypt. Its simplicity is deceptive, concealing a depth of meaning that continues to elude definitive interpretation. This powerful symbol was frequently depicted in Egyptian art and religious iconography, often linked to some of the most revered deities, including Horus, the sky god, and Isis, the goddess of magic and protection. To the ancient Egyptians, the Shen represented far more than beauty. It was a talisman of eternity, divine power, and protection. Placed among the possessions of the deceased, it was believed to safeguard their souls from malevolent forces and ensure safe passage into the afterlife. Yet, despite its widespread presence in tombs, temples, and sacred texts, the true origins and deeper meaning of the Shen remain one of the most compelling mysteries of Egyptian symbolism. Most scholars agree that the Shen is fundamentally linked to the concept of eternity, an unending cycle without beginning or end. But why did this particular form, a circle enclosing space, come to represent such an abstract concept? Its shape has been interpreted in several ways. Some view it as a representation of the sun, a symbol of eternal return and daily rebirth. Others see it as an emblem of the continuous flow of time, an unbroken circle mirroring the eternal cosmos where life and death are forever intertwined. Another theory suggests that the amulet symbolizes a protective boundary, the divine circle that surrounds and guards the pharaoh or the gods themselves. However, not all interpretations are so straightforward. Variations in the Shen's design, including added lines, markings, or geometric patterns, hint at possible meanings beyond protection and eternity. These subtle differences have led some researchers to speculate that the Shen may have also signified celestial authority, royal power, or the cosmic influence of divine beings. The absence of definitive ancient texts explaining these variations only deepens the mystery and fuels ongoing scholarly debate. Perhaps the most intriguing question surrounding the Shen concerns its origins. Some researchers propose that the amulet may not have originated in Egypt at all. Instead, they suggest it could have been adopted from an even older civilization, possibly one that predates the rise of dynastic Egypt. If true, this would imply that the Egyptians inherited not just a symbol, but a deeper body of cosmic or spiritual knowledge from a lost culture, one whose understanding of the universe has since vanished from human memory. One particularly speculative theory suggests that the Shen was more than a symbolic or religious object, that it might have had a practical or even technological function. The ancient Egyptians were renowned for their precise understanding of celestial cycles, and the Shen's circular shape might reflect this advanced astronomical knowledge. Some have proposed that it could have been used to track the movements of stars or the sun, or that its design intentionally mirrored the motion of celestial bodies across the heavens. Though such ideas remain unproven, they invite us to consider the possibility that the Shen's purpose extended beyond the spiritual and into the scientific. Like many artifacts from ancient Egypt, the Shen amulet resists simple explanation. Its elegant form, layered symbolism, mysterious variations, and uncertain origins all point to a complexity that modern scholarship has yet to fully unravel. Was it merely a charm for protection, a visual metaphor for eternity, or a symbol of divine authority? Could it contain knowledge of the cosmos, passed down from a forgotten civilization? The truth may never be known with certainty, yet this very uncertainty is what makes the Shen so captivating. Thousands of years after it was first created, it continues to spark curiosity and inspire debate. Its enduring mystery reminds us that the ancient Egyptians may have understood far more about life, death, and the universe than we yet realize. And so, the Shen amulet remains an open question carved into the stone of history, a symbol of eternity that still withholds its deepest secrets. The enigmatic wooden bird of Saqqara, a symbol a mystery, or an ancient dream of flight. Among the countless relics unearthed in Saqqara, one of Egypt's most storied archaeological landscapes, there lies a small yet profoundly puzzling artifact that has confounded scholars for over a century. Known today as the bird-shaped Saqqara artifact, this peculiar object, carved from wood and resembling a bird in flight, remains one of the most debated pieces of ancient Egyptian craftsmanship. Saqqara, celebrated for its vast necropolis and the iconic step pyramid of Djoser, has yielded innumerable treasures. Yet, few are as enigmatic as this modest object, discovered in the 19th century among the tombs and burial shafts of Egypt's ancient dead. Despite decades of study, its true origin, purpose, and meaning remain shrouded in mystery. The artifact itself is a delicate yet precise creation, measuring only a few inches in length. It is crafted in the likeness of a bird with extended wings, showcasing the remarkable symmetry and skilled artistry characteristic of Egyptian workmanship. At first glance, it might appear to be nothing more than a decorative figurine or an offering, a symbolic gesture of flight, a recurring motif in Egyptian art and religion. Birds held deep spiritual significance in ancient Egypt. Falcons and vultures, for instance, were closely linked to deities such as Horus, the sky god, and Nekbet, the goddess of protection. They represented divine guardianship, the soul's journey, and the concept of transcendence beyond the mortal world. Yet, as with many relics from Egypt's distant past, the reality behind the bird-shaped artifact is far more complex than it first appears. The prevailing view among Egyptologists is that the object likely served a ceremonial or symbolic role, perhaps as part of funerary rituals or as an offering to the gods. It may have represented the soul's voyage into the afterlife, symbolizing the deceased's spiritual ascent into the heavens. Such interpretations align well with known Egyptian beliefs, where the soul's transformation and journey toward eternity were central themes. However, the artifact's curious shape and detailed construction have fueled far more speculative and intriguing theories. Some observers have pointed out that the object's form bears a striking resemblance to modern aerodynamic designs, particularly that of a glider or a rudimentary flying machine. This comparison, while controversial, has led some researchers to wonder whether the ancient Egyptians may have possessed a more advanced understanding of flight than previously believed. Could this small wooden figure be a scaled model of an early glider? Evidence of lost technological knowledge that predates humanity's mastery of flight by millennia? According to this theory, the artifact might not have been a mere symbol, but a prototype, a test model that demonstrates an awareness of principles such as lift and drag. Its wing shape, body structure, and proportions seem to mirror the fundamentals of aerodynamic design seen in modern gliders. If true, this would radically reshape our understanding of ancient Egyptian science and engineering, suggesting they had insights into natural flight long before recorded history acknowledges such knowledge. Yet, despite the intrigue, no definitive evidence has been uncovered to support the theory that the artifact served any mechanical or technological function. It may, as many scholars argue, be nothing more than an artistic creation, an imaginative depiction of a bird or a deeply symbolic spiritual emblem. Another widely discussed interpretation connects the artifact to the concept of the Ba, a vital component of the soul in ancient Egyptian belief. The Ba was thought to be capable of leaving the body and traveling between the realms of the living and the dead. It was frequently depicted as a bird, symbolizing the soul's freedom and ability to transcend physical boundaries. From this perspective, the bird-shaped artifact may not represent physical flight at all, but the metaphysical journey of the soul. Placed within a tomb, it could have served as a spiritual guide or guardian, helping the deceased transition into the afterlife and ensuring their safe passage into eternity. Despite numerous theories, both conventional and speculative, the true purpose of the Saqqara bird remains one of Egyptology's most enduring enigmas. The absence of definitive texts or contextual evidence leaves the field wide open to interpretation. Was this artifact a simple religious symbol, a ceremonial object intended to embody the soul's flight to the heavens? Or could it hint at a lost understanding of aerodynamics, a remnant of forgotten knowledge from a civilization whose achievements we still do not fully grasp? What is certain is that the artifact refuses to yield a simple explanation. Like so many relics from ancient Egypt, it reminds us that even the smallest objects can conceal layers of meaning, technological insight, and spiritual significance. The unanswered questions surrounding this wooden bird are as vast and limitless as the desert sky above Saqqara itself. Could this tiny artifact hold secrets we are not yet prepared to understand? Or is it simply a profound expression of humanity's age-old dream of flight and the eternal journey of the soul? Until future discoveries or advancements shed new light on its purpose, the bird-shaped artifact will continue to stand as a symbol of ancient Egypt's boundless ingenuity and mystery, a silent, winged messenger from a civilization that still has much to teach us.